Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for logging on to another episode of COXtales. I'm really thrilled to be catching up with these next two. It's been a while, but they've been doing so much. Please welcome the legendary NBA champ, Chris Bosh, and his beautiful wife, the philanthropic activist, Adrienne Bosh. Let's get into it.
Easy way to leave, easy way to go.
Hey, everybody, what's up? Thanks for logging on. It's your girl here on COXtales with my friends, legendary couple, Chris and Adrienne Bosh. Hey, you guys.
Deborah!
What it do? How you doing?
What's happening? What's happening? What's
It's so
happening?
good to see you both. You look really good and happy and healthy. My first question, I guess, is going to be, what have you learned the most about yourselves during this time of COVID? You can
So
start,
much.
Chris.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess we've learned more about our family, that's for sure. I think we took this time to kind of I made the commitment to we both made the commitment to every Saturday doing a barbecue. So we would set the table, we'd
Right.
all sit at the table as a family and we would eat together. So like that's like a small commitment they made to we always talk about it. So we know that it's the weekend to kind of keep that internal clock,
Yeah.
kind of consistent. And then two, I love cooking, so I want to cook more and it feels good to actually feed your family. And then, with our kids, teaching them how to sit down,
Oh man.
table manners,
Yeah, you have babies.
setting the table, putting your plate up. Those simple things I think we take for granted. That was like one of like the
Yeah.
first things that we did to kind of, one, spend more time together as a family,
And
and then
create that
two,
routine.
create a routine where everybody, can feel comfortable. And you need that family time. You have to put that family time in. So I
Yeah.
think that was like the main thing that we really kept a tradition with,
Yeah.
and we've learned more about each other as a family.
Well, we started it in March and we have continued it all the way through August. And it was like Chris was on the grill barbecuing every Saturday. And we were all like working from home and going to school from home. So the days kind of started to run into each other.
Right.
And so you have to find those rituals and those moments that help you figure out that it's a weekend or
Right.
this is different. Mom and dad are totally about you. We're not working during this time. We're here. We're being present. Our
Yeah.
phones are up. We're playing an amazing playlist, probably a few songs from you because you're amazing, Deborah Cox. Oh my
I love
but
it.
no, you are.
You
And
found some ways to create new traditions and to really bond with the kids, because I find as like working parents, you guys know that it's really tough sometimes to not just spend time with the kids, but to find time with them separately, right? Like as individuals. Isn't that a
Yeah.
tricky thing to do too? Because they're all
Oh
different.
yeah, we have five,
We have five.
so
Woo!
it's and believe me, they'll tell you like you spent more time with my sister and
Wow.
vice versa. So
Right.
yeah, it's a balancing act, but
That's it.
that's one of the things that you learn. I know myself as a father, learning what makes them tick a little more, spending that quality time with them,
Mhm.
figuring out how to do it,
Yeah.
at what parts of the day usually work.
Yeah.
It's like those little things, and especially now because I think everybody's pretty much feeling the fatigue of the current circumstance, and
Yeah.
you just want to be able to enjoy your time wherever you are.
Yeah.
And with our children, we want to make sure they're enjoying their time.
Mhm.
And a lot of that is like, hey, dad, I want to play this game, or mom, I want to do this. It's a lot of that, and you have to find a balance.
And be
Well,
present, right?
But getting them all to sit down and be present, like together, like on one time. I make a joke about this because at the beginning when we started it, I think I maybe got everybody sitting down for maybe 7 minutes only. And you work so hard for dinner and you work so hard to decorate the table and then they'll only sit down together for 7 minutes before one's like over here doing this and so we've gotten up to like almost an hour now. And I think that is through consistency, effort, time. It didn't start out that way.
Right.
And
no, you got to go into it.
Clear.
Yeah.
Sometimes being present is being frustrated.
Right.
Sit down. You just gotta be those parents sometimes,
No, that's part of it. That's part of the journey, right? Part of figuring it all out, and so how do you find time together just for the two of you as a couple? Because I know that's got to be
a lot of random drives, like even if you can't go out, even if you go on the back porch, just trying to like prioritize the time where we do something together. I've had a couple of charity organizations where we've got to cook together with the organization. Nice. So we would have a date night and cook together. That was pretty cool. I'm not really good at making, what was the gnocchi? I'm not good.
You can make gnocchi?
I tried.
Yeah, we tried.
That's not easy.
Good, to be honest with you. It was
not easy.
we tried it and like a little bit too much flour. But
we tried.
What's your favorite thing to
make a difference?
Yeah. We'll get it next time though. Sure.
Okay. And so sometimes it's a random drive or listening to some favorite music together where we always love to take showers together too and listen to our favorite music. And I think that's time that even if we can just get together and do that, even if it's just a drive around the neighborhood, we literally like explored our neighborhood.
Yeah, simple
No,
things.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And it's just about, making that time, which is really, really important. And you have 5, my gosh.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So shifting gears a little bit, I know this working from home is a whole new thing for us. Chris, you're always on the road. I mean, you that has been your life for so many years. Talk to us about like finding your new, I mean, you have many, many gifts, you know what I mean? And I think it's important to share with people how you have found ways to explore all those gifts, especially now that we're quarantined and you still gotta keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, one of the interesting things about that was I was starting to gain my footing in my life after basketball before the COVID thing happened. And so as soon as I was almost like, all right, here everybody had to pull the plug and, we're in this unfortunate pandemic. But with that said, it did give me a lot of time to kind of explore again things I like doing. Those passions that I'm aware of, put more time into that and really just figure things out.
And you're doing music still?
It's so nice of you saying I'm a man of many talents. I mean, I don't see it that way. I just, I have the things that I like and I try to work on them and improve,
Right. And what are those things, darling?
Music.
The music. I was just going to touch on
music.
That. You haven't been to Miami in a minute. You got some music under your belt, Chris?
Yeah. I'm I guess in the arena, so to speak.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, releasing the first single, I guess.
Yeah.
Look, it feels so weird saying that, to be honest with you.
We'll talk about it. Talk about what inspired it and the shift. I know that you've been doing music for a while. Like you've been working diligently. You picked up the guitar. Guitar Hello is not easy. Okay.
No, you got to build up those.
Yes,
you got to get that. You got to get that dead skin. And you got to build up that callus.
Yes. So what is the song about? How did it come about? All of that. Tell us about it.
So yeah, the song is called "I Want It All," and it's pretty much an homage to Kobe Bryant. We were just really inspired. I've been working with an artist. His name is DZ Brown. He's out of Bastrop,
Shout out
Texas.
Shout
DZ.
out DZ.
Super great guy. We connected through music,
Mm.
and we just started making songs together, and we recorded it, and I was sitting just kind of hanging out, and with the Heat making the finals and all this magic happening, I said, man, if not now, then when?
Right.
We have many records that we've done together, but this particular one, it just felt right. It's an homage to Kobe, as well, to Kobe, the late great Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
And, it was just something that we were just having fun with and being in that moment. We created it. And to be honest with you, Deborah, like, I've never really had some things fall into place like it's fallen into place. You work years and years and years, and then in a matter of days, it just seems like everything stacks up. So that's what that's what it felt like. It's still pretty much going on. We still have a lot of work to do, much more music to make. And, I'm just really, really excited about it.
And much more music to put out. I'm just proud to see him, as somebody who has watched him pick up a guitar as a way to start healing from his first blood clot in the NBA. His next season in the NBA, he took a guitar with him everywhere on the road. And so as he was continuing his basketball journey, he didn't leave what was helping him heal alone. Like, he continued that journey. And then to watch it over the years, to finally see him release his first song. I mean, he's had a couple of placements before, which were amazing. And I know that you know how talented Rico Love is, because you worked with Rico.
Yeah. He's a
shout out Rico.
Producer. Shout out to Rico.
But
I love that.
Rico.
I love that. And sorry to cut you off, but I just think it's really, and it's inspiring. And I think you should continue to tell your story, continue to be transparent, and let people know and understand what it takes, the discipline that it takes to do it all, to figure it all out, and to be fearless about it. I think there's something to really be said about, what you've been through and what you both have been through and how you've championed through it all. It's not easy, but you guys, you sure make it look easy. You make it look easy, but I know
it
that
makes it look easy. I make it look hard.
No, not at all. Together, I think that honestly, just having a team, our family is what makes us get up every morning and then continue to create and hopefully inspire them, because they're right there watching him play the guitar. And our son, Jackson, who's 8, he's also playing the guitar now. Wow. And our daughters are both playing the piano. And it's just great to see how, watching him do it, they're even more interested in opening that channel and just receiving. And I just think that that's beautiful, just to witness in the house, to know that. And that's another thing why I wanted to do the dinners every weekend, because I wanted them to know, no matter what during the week, you can have disagreements, you can do whatever, but you still got to come together every weekend.
Absolutely. One thing that I remember you saying was, when you guys were, you'd attend, Fashion Week, and you do, the Broadway shows, you've kept your family very, well-rounded, and you've exposed them to many different genres, many different things. I think it's amazing to do that and to keep them, inspired by that, because I think that's what's going to help to shape them as they grow up and as they grow older, and you guys are setting such a great example of
you too. I've watched you as a mama. You amaze me. I am in awe every time I come in contact with your daughters. Like, and your children in general, you blow me away. I've watched you do vision boards with them on January 1st.
That was so much fun, Adrienne. I'm telling you, it become our new tradition, really, because I remember your vision board for the Sparkle and Shine store here in Miami.
Yeah.
Very, very successful. And, I think, again, it's important to show the transitions and the changes and the evolving of whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to stay in one place. You can do it all, and
maybe not all at one time, but you can do it all. As long as you're consistent and evolving. And I have a good girlfriend of mine, Lathan Thomas, and I'm working on doing a doula training with her.
Nice.
And she always tells me, I honor where you're at in your journey. Because some days she'll call me to finish my doula training, and I'd be like, we just started homeschooling 4 kids. I don't even know. And what I love about her is that she knows that I'm going to do it. She knows that I have a passion, and she knows, and she said, I honor where you're at in your journey. When you're ready, I'm here for you, sister.
Yeah, you'll just pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the beautiful thing, is just to know that every day you're just giving it your all, and that you're consistent. And that doesn't mean that you do it all.
Absolutely. So, and that, what my next question was going to be, tell me about Today I Can, and where that stemmed from and where that started.
That started like 7 years ago. I don't know when people started paying attention to it, but I know that I had been doing it probably for at least 7 years. I noticed right after a ton of my pregnancies, I like to focus on what I could do to create a shift in my day. And I know that it's so easy to blame the world or blame someone else around you, or to make an excuse, or say, I ran into traffic today, that's why I'm this, or this didn't happen because of this, and it's this person. And I found that that was too much of a toxic energy. It just wasn't an energy or frequency that I wanted to bring to my day-to-day life and my energy. So along with a gratitude process, I always like to have a gratitude process when I go to bed and when I wake up, of what I'm grateful for. Because I feel like if you start and end every day with what you're grateful for, then the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows don't feel as intense. And so with me, the gratitude practice is huge. But on top of that, I like to have mantras. And a mantra for me was, today I can. Yeah. What can I do? It's not about what anyone else can do around me or do for me.
Start with you. Yeah.
Start with me. What can I do? And so for me, it was, today I can, look everyone in the eye and make them know that they are worthy of everything that they're dreaming and more. It could be anything. You could just replace that sentence, because if you just look people in the eye and tell people that you believe in them, or they can do it, or how are you, you'd be surprised how that simple gesture throughout a day can change so many people. Absolutely. Yeah. And so what can you do? Today I can do this. That's amazing. Whatever that is. I think it's super important to have a mantra, because I think a lot of the times we just aren't patient with ourselves. We are so hard on ourselves. And I know both of you, as career-minded people who want to, you want to be perfect in your career, perfect parent, you want to be perfect wife, perfect husband, you know what I mean? But you have to give yourself a break sometimes, and that's hard to do. Give yourself a break sometimes. He's better at teaching me that, because he had to perform at such a high level, you as well, for so long. Certain days it's going to come easier than others. Certain days you got to pull. Where that discipline helps, so as an athlete. So as an athlete, look, I'm sure there were days where you're look, the body is just I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm tired. So what do you do to pull yourself out of that funk?
Well, after the repetition of feeling that and the show must go on kind of mentality, you get to that, playing so many games in the NBA, but more than just games, practices, appearances, even, you know, birthday parties. Would I rather lay down? Yes, I would rather rest, but nah, my girl's turning 2. We got the cakes and the pies, and you know, you've gotta make it happen. And I guess, you know, you have to take it easy on yourself. I had a buddy that told me, like, take it easy on yourself, man, because you know that's a part of the human experience. You're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
Every day is not gonna be a good one. It's a part of the collection, though. You just don't want it to be too bad.
Right.
You know, you want to correct if there's any issues. You want to look at it. You want to correct it. And, or like I joke sometimes you just got to go to bed, man.
No, rest is important.
And get some rest. Today was an L. That's okay. That is okay. I'm gonna get some good rest because I need it. Yeah. And you know, tomorrow we've got to dig ourselves out this hole. You know, and you know, I think sometimes we can get in a place where we're frustrated and we want to just keep pushing and keep going. Sometimes you just have to recognize where you are and just kind of, you know, retreat just a little bit, reset, and attack it with a fresh mind.
Good word. Yeah, good word. Retreat. It's okay. And
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay too.
It's okay. Yeah, today is not okay, and that's cool. We were joking. I said, you know, from now on, when we start like that bad thing that happens that day, like, well, I'm gonna put my PJs on and just go to bed. It'll be 4:30 on a summer day. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just go to bed, man.
You'll wake up and it'll be okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and relax, watch my shows.
There you go. Well, listen, right now we're celebrating, we're gonna celebrate a really huge historical thing that you helped make happen for the NCAA, helping these young college voters, these athletes, giving them the opportunity now to vote. Chris, that is huge. Please, because you see the state our country is in, you see what's going on, and our kids could be affected, will be affected. Their journey is going to be different as they grow older. And you've made such an enormous contribution with, so please talk about it. I'm thrilled to be, I think I'm the first to talk to you about it, huh? Or just say that. Just say
yep.
It was only Bleacher Report. Only Bleacher Report. So Deborah Cox and Bleacher Report.
But I think it's huge. It's huge. It's historic. I want you to talk about it. The initiative.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, really a few months ago, the student athletes, they built a coalition which they had been working behind the scenes, and you know, they reached out to me in efforts to promote what they were working on. And what they were working on was on election day every year, the students would have a day off, either a day off or a day of service for their communities to give back and or vote. And, you know, it was just a big topic. I talked, I think 4 student athletes, and you know, they were just telling me their situations and how hard it is. 1, you don't have time, and then 2, there have been, you know, situations where, you know, there's pressures on coaches, you know, either whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, and you know, having the motive to give your players the day off just wasn't happening. So making that a mandatory thing that the NCAA helps out with, to allow, you know, the students to give time back to their communities and exercise their right as a U.S. citizen. Awesome. Because, and then that became important to me. I mean, it's been important to me, but this particular one was, I know it's very polarizing what's going on in the States, but like, I've heard people say, well, you know, my vote doesn't count. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. And then, you know, you talk to I've spoken with older gentlemen, and they'll say, well, we died and slept with our heads in the mud for these rights. Yeah. And we're not even exercising them. We don't even know about them. so for one, it made me want to educate myself. And then two, it was such a great cause. And my, not alma mater, I only went for 1 year, but Georgia Tech, they were behind it as well. They had student athletes and coaches behind it as well. And we just decided to make a push for it. And, I just really, jumped on board to help them out. And
it passed.
Yeah, and it passed.
And it passed. And it starts for this year, for this election, and every year after.
Yeah,
and
forever,
it's
ever,
huge.
ever, and ever. That's huge.
It's huge.
Really,
And
really
the
huge.
Ivy Leagues had already passed it. So the fact that the NCAA student athletes had not passed, and I'm happy that once the student-led bill was brought and a lot of coaches got behind it, a lot of schools, including Georgia Tech, got behind it. It was great to see so many forces come together in support of young people, not only getting this day off, because in Bleacher Report, when he talked about why you have to have a day off, he said, I don't even think most of you realize how busy student athletes are. So let me break down one of my days for you. And he literally breaks down what a student athlete day looked like from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I don't think people even had any idea all the things that the student athletes are juggling as humans, as students, as athletes, to even have time to vote. But not only that, now they can use it as a day of service to work as poll workers or drive people to the polls.
Yes.
It's just beautiful to see that this is what, as much bad stuff as we're seeing, and as much draining and heavy stuff as we're seeing. I have to, I don't remember who the article was from, but it's a great quote where it says, whenever you see bad things in the news or things going on, always look for the helpers. You always find the helpers. And so in the midst of all of this going on, let's find those little pockets of joy and happiness, of hope, of our ability to be able to know that we're going to find those helpers and we're going to get behind them and we're going to move things. And I've seen you move things. I've seen you represent so many causes near and dear to your heart. I've seen you consistently show up for so many people and organizations. I've seen you showing up for communities, and you haven't stopped. You are as consistent decades long as they come. So thank you for all you do in the community to make a difference. So like, it does not go unseen. I see you, and you are a helper, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. I do too, both of you. It's just like, this is why we have a platform. You know what I mean? This is why we use our voice, we use our gifts, we use our platform to make change. And it's been an exhausting amount. It's been exhausting the past few months, to say the least, emotionally, just on this roller coaster. And so when I saw that news, honestly, I was just like, praise God, just to see that change, because it's been a lot, so that's now another incentive for young people to get out and go and vote. Awesome. What else? Oh my gosh. So your music, we talked about your music, we talked about family, we talked about voting. Is there anything else you want to touch on? We covered a lot of ground.
What?
Yeah, we did.
Come on over.
She's dying to come in.
We've had a daughter in the background this whole time.
Hi.
Dylan, say hi to Deborah.
Hi, Dill.
She just lost her tooth.
Show her your tooth.
Lost a tooth. Wow. That is amazing. You're getting so tall.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Thank you so much for your time and for opening up your home and sharing with the world, your journey and your path, and just continued love and health and light and all that good stuff.
Likewise.
You guys are just so inspiring. And I wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing.
And we're gonna, next time we'll make sure we get the song to you quicker. If I would have been thinking, I would have.
You know what?
Sent you the song way earlier.
We'll just catch up with you again. Get you the
My bad. I'm gonna take
gotta-
that one. My bad. Won't happen again.
But I'll catch up
Yes.
with you soon. Give a big kiss to all the kids and your family.
Likewise, send you so much love. Cora hugs.
Big hugs.
Cora hugs.
Really love. Right back at you.
Yes.
You guys take care.
Yeah.
God bless.
Take
Mwah.
kisses.
Take care.
Bye. Kisses.
Bye.